The Arizona Cardinals have certainly had a rich history of running backs, whether it be stars who make a name for themselves in the desert, like David Johnson, or stars who join the team at the back end of their career, such as Emmitt Smith. James Conner, Edgerrin James, Chris Johnson, and Adrian Peterson are more of the big names who have occupied the Cardinals' backfield. But this video is about some of the lesser known backs, who had impactful seasons for the Cardinals, but fans may not recall their tenure with the team. Today, I'll look at 3 former Cardinals running backs from the past who might be forgotten. And a quick disclaimer is nothing against these players for labeling them as forgotten. It's more of a lesser known / small name. I fully expect most Cardinals fans who are watching this to remember these players, but it may have more of a blast from the past kind of vibe come with the name. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The first player that we are going to highlight is Beanie Wells, a former first-round pick by the team who sadly had his career cut short due to injuries, playing just 4 seasons, all with Arizona. However, the end of his time with the Cardinals might be his most memorable moment. Wells was selected 31st overall in 2009, the 3rd running back selected in the first round in a class that saw LaShawn McCoy taken in round 2. As a rookie, Beanie Wells rushed for nearly 800 yards, as well as 7 touchdowns. It looked like the future was bright. However, in year 2, he appeared in 13 games, carrying the ball over 115 times, but managing just 397 yards along with 2 touchdowns. It was a bit of a letdown, but heading into 2011, a huge emphasis was put on the run game, which would set up Beanie Wells for a breakout year. In that season, he would set a franchise record with 228 yards in a single game, finishing the year with over 1,000 on 245 carries, which resulted in a 4.3 yard average per run and 10 touchdowns. However, that would be nearing the end of his career. In 2012, Wells would spend a majority of the season on injured reserve with a turf toe injury. He would rejoin the team in late November and put together a decent stretch. However, he revealed that the motivation for that stretch had nothing to do with the team that he was currently playing for, and everything to do with what would come next in his career. Wells declared that his time with the Cardinals had run its course, and he was simply auditioning for 31 other teams, a quote that came prior to the final game of the 2012 season. In response, head coach Ken Whisenhunt would scratch Beanie Wells from that final game, leading to his release from the team. Free agency would lead Beanie Wells to working out with the Baltimore Ravens in October of 2013. In that workout, he would tear his Achilles. Following that, Beanie Wells was out of the league after just 4 seasons, with career totals of 2,471 yards. Now, Beanie Wells has revealed that he is suffering from the lasting effects of playing football, having an MRI in 2018 that revealed he had plaque separation, which is a sign of a traumatic brain injury. As of 2018, Wells was working for a radio station in Ohio, covering his alma mater, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Next up is Andre Ellington, a man who might be remembered for one single and very painful play. He appeared to be a diamond in the rough for Arizona. After being projected as a 2nd or 3rd round player, the Cards got him in round 6. A rookie season that saw Ellington tally 1,023 all-purpose yards with 4 touchdowns, 3 of which on the ground, would set up Andre Ellington for a potential breakout season in year 2. However, in week 14, he would have that season cut short, placed on IR after 1,055 all-purpose yards and 5 total touchdowns. The next offseason, Andre Ellington's role would be decreased by the Arizona Cardinals, as they would add 2 running backs in David and Chris Johnson. On just 45 carries in 2015, Andre Ellington recorded 289 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, along with 15 catches for 148 yards, all in just 10 games. A forgettable 2016 season would result in Bruce Arians announcing that the Cardinals would attempt to transition Andre Ellington to become a wide receiver, although he would return to running back prior to the start of the season. Despite this, he still had a far greater impact in the receiving game, as in 8 games he would finish with 297 yards receiving before being waived by the team, going on to play in 4 games for the Houston Texans, adding 72 yards to his season total. Following that season, Andre Ellington would sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but failed to make the team out of camp, thus ending his NFL career. And as for post-retirement, I can't find much on Andre Ellington's endeavors. Before we move on to the final name, here's a few honorable mentions. Alfred Morris, best known for his back-to-back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in his first 3 years in the NFL while playing for Washington, would find himself in Arizona for just 1 game during the 2019 season, the same year that Arizona somehow had Michael Crabtree. Rashad Mendenhall spent his final season in the desert. LaRod Stevens-Howling had the reverse career path of Mendenhall, as Stevens-Howling spent his first handful of years in Arizona and his final in Pittsburgh during 2013. And we will never forget Eno Benjamin. The final name takes us all the way back to the early 2000s. Marcel Shipp spent his entire 6-year career in the desert after going undrafted in 2001. His rookie season was uneventful, but in 2002, Shipp had 188 carries for 834 yards, 6 touchdowns, as well as 38 catches for 413 yards, adding 3 more touchdowns. Despite this, Arizona would choose to add 34-year-old Emmitt Smith in the offseason. Shipp would remain the primary back, however, as in 2003, he took 228 carries for 830 yards, along with 30 receptions for 184. Those 2 years would sadly be the peak of Marcel Shipp's career. During training camp for the 2004 season, he broke his leg and dislocated his ankle, forcing Shipp to miss the entire season. When he returned, it was a down year in 2005, leading to Arizona adding yet another future Hall of Famer in Edgerrin James. 17 rushes for 41 yards with 4 touchdowns would be Marcel Shipp's season totals in 2006. In 2007, he once again managed just 41 yards. He did extend with Arizona the following season, but was released before the year began. Shipp would find himself in Houston for a total of 11 days in August of 2009, before being released, ending his NFL career. He went on to play in the UFL, winning back-to-back championships for the Las Vegas Locomotives. Since retiring, Shipp briefly returned to the Cardinals as a coaching intern in 2013, then joined his alma mater, UMass, as a running backs coach before serving that role for the New York Jets from 2015 to 2017. As of 2023, he was the running backs coach for Mount Point High School. These were all guys who had impactful seasons for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not saying any of them belong in the same conversation as the guys that I mentioned at the start of the video, but they all left their mark on this team one way or another. If you enjoyed, go check out the 2 videos at the end card of this, when I named forgotten running backs of the 2010s. Like and subscribe to the channel for more Arizona Cardinals content, and let me know if you guys want a part 2, maybe with forgotten receivers or backup quarterbacks. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.